Good morning. Bermuda Cricket Board would like to announce at this time the appointment of our new national men's cricket coach, Mr. Herbie Bascome. On the recommendation from our high performance committee, the Bermuda Cricket Board's executive approved the hiring of Herbie Bascome. With our very busy schedule coming up and the tournaments that we have in our near future, was very prudent for us to get doing and get Herbie Bascome hired as soon as possible. His appointments will be from March 1st of 2019. And at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Bascome if you have anything he has to say.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank the Cricket Board and Bermuda for giving me this opportunity to help take cricket to the next level. I'll be more than looking forward to being committed, and I really think we could get through this 2020 tournament successfully.
First of all, Mr. President, how long is this coaching stint?
His contract is for a year.
It's for a year. Okay. Herbie, you've been involved in the national program years under the likes of Logie and David Moore. What do you bring differently to the setup?
I think being with Mr. Logie, I never really coached too much with Mr. Moore. I had a little short stint. It was just a couple of training sessions, and that was it. But being with Mr. Logie, he was showing me like more of being of like a player type of coach, like a hands-on type of coach dealing with players, and that's what I really grasped from him. I don't know. I ain't too. What I really want to bring is the fact that I want to get our better players to be playing cricket in Bermuda. I want to be able to inspire the better cricketers and try to see if I could motivate cricket and the people around Bermuda to get more involved in cricket in Bermuda, because cricket is going to a level whereas the interest has been lost. And my experience with traveling with the national team to the World Cup, I want to use that experience to bring some energy back into it and get our better players who want to play for Bermuda and restore the pride back into the country.
Is it one of those things where you think you need to have personal conversations with players to encourage them to come out?
Yes, it's going to be very important that I talk to the individuals to find what they're thinking and what they're feeling about cricket nowadays, because times have really changed. And you cannot lose sight of the fact that these kids have their personal lives to get involved with, and cricket's not really giving them as much as they would like to get out of it. So I kind of want to have a little one-on-ones and talk to them and see where their interest is in cricket, so I could try to see if I could convince them to try to get involved and help get the cricket to the next level.
Because you've been around the sport so much, played cup match, played for Bermuda, what are you expecting to happen over the next, say, 6 or 7 months? Because we have a 2020 tournament, it's here in Bermuda. So what are you hoping you can accomplish with a team over this short period of time?
My main goal to accomplish is to try to bring the players together. That's going to be important. I think we need to get that camaraderie about the players of feeling one another, loving one another, appreciating one another. That's going to be important. I don't think cricket is our major problem. I think we have a social issue that I'm concerned about, and my goal is to bring the team, get them to live like a family, act like a family, think as one. Then once they get that, with the talent that we have in Bermuda, we're not going to have no problem playing cricket. My main goal is not to just focus on the cricket right away. It's to focus on our social that we have in our country and try to get the players to try to buy into one another so we could be committed to the task of going and playing cricket and getting to the next level. I think that's our main issue.
One of the biggest success that we had back in 2005 when we qualified for the World Cup was that harmony and that unit getting together as much as they can, and they came together. Trying to find that again, how do you anticipate that?
Well, I was part of helping to do that
right.
with Gus Logie trying to get us to perform at the highest level during the World Cup, and I find like that they do family things like going swimming and doing things, natural things you do every day as a Bermudian. Find time with one another, share some thoughts. soccer and doing different things like squash and trying to bond a little bit together. The drills was more like bonding sessions. So in the beginning was a lot of bonding sessions, trying to get guys to understand one another.
Mm-hmm.
And once we got that, that was easy. I think what it is that, like you say earlier, the one-on-ones is going to be important. Talking to them and just trying to find out where they are at in their life when it comes down to want to be committed to cricket again.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be important. Because we cannot be fact that some of the kids that we're looking at, the players that we're looking at, some of them are on their way in their life. Some of them got kids, they're trying to start a family. But I have to be honest, what can cricket give them? Other than we have to hope that we could sell them a package to say, let's reinstall the pride back into cricket. Let's be ambassadors to your family. Let our kids look up to us instead of outside of our household and say, I want to be like my father. Because we've got some talented kids that can play this game. And they also have kids. Children of their own. So that's the obstacle. Once we get that, I don't think we're going to have a problem.
How difficult do you think it is to get the younger players to appreciate their full potential and recognize that they have the ability to play at the international level? I think sometimes young players, not just young, but some other players don't think they have the ability to. They can do cup match, cup, whatever, but they maybe don't have. They lack the confidence in themselves in terms of playing at a much higher level.
I think that comes from our exposure in the country. Our cricket level is not really at the highest level, so the kids don't really get exposed to playing cricket at a real good level. And I think where we could counteract that is that we could, once we start inviting teams down into Bermuda, ask them to play 4-day games plus a couple one-day games and 2020, so we could get our younger players playing on a longer version, where our senior players don't really have to be committed to the 4 days, because the youngsters need somewhere to learn their trade. And when they're not learning their trade, they can't help doubt. Because Bermuda, geographically, where we're situated, you can't expect a kid to play cricket in Bermuda and say, okay, I could compete with the rest of the world. And that's the reality of it. I mean, cricket is not being played on TV normally like how you get soccer. Soccer's on every channel. So the kids don't really have that foresight to say, can I really compete as a cricketer? Is cricket really developing in our country to say that a kid could go ahead and play? And I could probably raise myself and saying, okay, I'm just as good as these other players throughout the world.
How soon are you going to put your squad together for this tournament in terms of getting ready, hitting ground running, and getting ready to prepare for the new season and tournament in August?
Whatever order what type of players are going to need to get through 2020, I think that's going to be our main focus for now. But we'll be trying to get off the ground within next week. We're looking to get started next week. But like I say, the most important thing right now, my sessions, the Cricket Pacifics will probably start within a month. And the first month, we're going to be looking at doing a lot of things with the team. But we run a couple camps for the new players who's interested in coming to play for the national team, because I want to let the country know everybody has an opportunity to play for the country, regardless of what race, color, creed you are. If you are obligated, if you want to be a cricketer, if you want to represent the country, this is your opportunity. And I could give you the best opportunity we can. But within reason, the best is going to play. And that don't mean you have to be the best cricketer. We want to be able to sell you as an athlete and market you so we can help this cricket move on the pitch and off the pitch.
How important is, because obviously you have a new coach coming in, how important is it to get the right blend between young people, young talent, and experience? Because obviously experience helps the talent come along.
I think one of the things I like to do is incorporate the national players to get more with the social part of what Bermuda's trying to do in the cricket, like get them out there. One of the things I like to do is get the national players, once they're selected, attach them to primary schools and go inside these schools and run loose small little cricket camps and talk to the kids and teach them the technical part of the game. And to get that feeling of being out there and being watched and being friendly with the country when it comes on to trying to move cricket.
How long have you been thinking about this post? How long did you say, well, hey, maybe I want to do that? How long has it been since you said, well, I think I'm going to apply for that? Something you've been thinking about for a bit?
I've been thinking about coaching Bermuda since 2005, to be honest with you. When the first time I got the opportunity to coach with Barcelona, I thought it was very important that I took it serious to be a part of the cricket fraternity in Bermuda. And I'm glad I'm getting this opportunity now. People could say I should have been coaching or had the opportunity longer, but sometimes in life you gotta answer your calling, and this is my calling. And I'm gonna take it by the hand, and I'm gonna give it my best shot.
Striking the balance between club cricket and national cricket, it's always been like a pull and push. How do you plan to sort of make sure that the players understand club and country?
I think one thing we have to do, I'm always been keen on trying to build a relationship with the national squad and the clubs that are involved with cricket in Bermuda. I have a little strategy of how I want to go about doing this is trying to get some of the national squad players to get into some of the local clubs and try to do some coaching of what they're learning in the national team. For example, we might want to get a couple players go up to White Hill and do a couple of sessions with the team in Warwick or Somerset or whatever, just to try to bring that camaraderie back. You know what I mean? To try to balance the relationship with club and national squad, because I think that's been a kind of a little stigma when it came around to players playing for the country and playing for Bermuda. But remember, it all boils down to the social part of what cricket's really about in Bermuda. I mean, I sit here and I'm looking to take the national course, but I'm running it as a business,
Right.
because I'm being hired.
Right.
But remember, I'm hiring people to represent the country on a social part of their life, because cricket falls under recreation. So them are the challenges of out there. So when it comes down to players are being committed to what they do in their personal life, that's a big ask for me to say, okay, put that aside, because we have to go represent our country. And that's why I was keen on trying to force Bermuda to go into semi-pro and try to make it more of an orphan to the cricketers. So we won't be in a situation where players want to play for the country. Yes, every kid wants to play for the country. But in these times and these trials and tribulations, people want to get looked after. People want incentives. People want to get paid for what they're doing these days. And sometimes you can't knock it. You know what I mean? But then with the challenge we're up against. But I'm looking to get across that and looking to do things that could help the players get some type of benefits. Like I have resources outside of Bermuda that looking to fully cover the players' kit. Give them contracts where they have older kit where they could go out there and play. But at the end of the day, that's one thing. But how do you buy into getting players committed at the time?
No secret, you have a strong relationship and a good understanding with someone like Gennaro Tucker. How does he fit into your plans?
Well, me and Gennaro has been close. Well, I had other challenges on the field. I've been putting new ones up for the last decade. But I'm definitely looking for him to be a part of my coaching staff. We have a good understanding, a good rapport when it comes on to communicating with the players and getting the players motivated to get out there and play. And I think Gennaro is going to be a good asset to helping this country get to the next level.
Who else are you looking to bring into the field as far as coaching?
Well, on the coaching aspect, let me just touch on a couple of things. One is Gennaro is going to be my assistant coach. I'm looking at Reggie Tucker to be assisting me with getting the players inclined of our tactics when it comes on to feeling and different things like that. Jeff Richardson is going to be a big influence in trying to help us to get the cricket to the next level. One thing I do admire about what Jeff's brought to the game is that cup matches like the next team outside of building a national score. And there's no telling that what is done at Somerset is awesome. And I think that's the qualities that I'm looking for him to bring to assist me with the national score. He's done some great things up in Somerset. The players are really enjoying the cricket. They really want to play for Somerset. They love what they're doing on them 2 given days. And you can't be blind to it. I mean, what they're doing up there is extremely well. So I want to ask Jeff to bring all this to the squad. I'm going to try to get as much as I can. As you know, you see the staff is going towards Somerset. So,
It's all right.
and I know the St. George's people quite looking and saying, what's happening here, but Just let them know I'm from St. George, so I'm the head coach, so I can try to control things.
Have you spoken to Jeff already?
Yeah, I've talked to Jeff briefly. We had started out doing this thing together, but he has other commitments where it's a priority, and we have to respect that because Jeff's been around a long time, and we all get to the age where other things become a priority. He's got a young son that's doing well in cricket as well. I'm pretty sure he wants to make sure that he gets where he's doing, you know what I mean? But Jeff has told me he'll give me 100% once he's able to come and be a part of it.
Anything else, Thomas?
How do you feel about, I don't know if you thought of it, but you and your brother both national football, he's a former football national coach, but how do you feel about having achieved that? Because when you grew up, it was football for you. But your cricket's become your, I guess, your main passion now. But and the fact that your brother was also the national football coach.
Yeah, we talked about it, and I tell you, it would have been nice if he could have been still coaching while I was coaching because it's always nice to lead the country under one culture when it comes around to taking sports. Because I believe in culture has a strong influence of how successful you're going to be. And with my brother being the national football coach and me being the national cricket coach, I thought it would have been interesting for us to share our thoughts because remember, both sports are using the same kids basically.
Yeah.
It's the same frame of mind. So you kind of want to direct them both in the same direction. And I have talked with the football president, the president of the Football Association. I talked to him, I'm looking to take the job. And I asked him a couple questions of how is he going about getting the professional players coming back and the local players, what type of strategy or format are you guys doing? I said, well, I'll be sitting down with him because we're all coaching the same players.
Yeah.
It's just some of them got the cricket, it's got the football. But it would have been a pleasure. I think it would have been good for my family, my father, who has gave us this opportunity to come out here and show off our talent. And I give him as much blessing as possible.
With David assistant coaching in the U.S. football, how does that? Do you kind of try to lean on him a little bit for advice? Because he's coaching professional guys.
I mean, it's one thing with David is like he's gonna come across as a professional coach, where it's like now we question him about management, team management, and how to go about dealing with overseas territories when they're traveling and moving around in that environment. And I think what David will give me that new influence and motivation, just to get across that bridge.
Having that at your fingertips is valuable.
I think it's valuable. I mean, I've got resources. I mean, I could tap into Chris Gale. I mean, we guys have a long relationship. You know what I mean? I talked to him briefly about my post at the national program. He's more than willing to come down and give us some type of assistance. Ricardo Powell, it's another one, Andre Russell. These guys are real close with me. You know what I mean? Then I got some other people of interest that is in the UK that's looking to be a part of what we're trying to do in cricket over here.
A tough challenge for you for you feel there now.
That's a tough challenge. I think I strongly feel that once we get the players out there we want, we're not gonna have a problem getting through this tournament. I think we've got some good years ahead of us. I just need 3 to 4 years of the best players I've got in this country.
Do you feel as if this tournament sort of you have the pressure on you that this defines who you are as a coach?
No, I don't. It's not going to define me who I am as a coach because when I decided to take this post, I decided that I want to give back to Bermuda. And physically at my age right now, I can't really get in the ground like I wanted to, like about 35, 40, getting into coaching, where it would probably define me as a coach. Right now, I think my calling is to try to bring the players back out. Try to even bring the coaches together. Because we always had an issue when somebody became coach, we didn't want people around us. But that's not what I want to do. I want to bring the fraternity of cricket close. I want to bring all the coaches. I can tap into all of them. And they could get ready for a phone call because I'm going to be picking the brains of all of them. But I think bringing the players and getting the players who want to play for Bermuda and have the pride to play for the country, and even the coaches who come out and try to support, that's going to be what I'm really here for outside of being successful for Bermuda. It's not going to be fun whether we lose or win, because we're going to give it a good shot. But you can't deny if somebody else refers themselves in the battle, because on a given day, that's how sport is. But if we get a good shot, if we show our application of as cricketers for the country, I don't think we're gonna fail. I think we're gonna do really well. but it's not going to be fun. We'd rather reveal or lose. Because my job is to help cricket get back where it is. Now you could just come under the radar a little bit, but you could still head in the direction of getting it where it's going. I want to make sure that the next coach has it a little easier. If whoever gets appointed.
My last question. A lot of people complain about the state of cricket and the national program, but here's an opportunity that the team will be playing on local soil in a matter of months. What is your message to the general public in supporting this team?
I want to say that Bermuda, we have a beautiful bunch of young men that know how to play this cricket extremely well. All I'm asking for is to give these kids a chance and opportunity to showcase their talent on the local soil. Once we get it right, it's going to be a treat to see. I mean, you got some of the best players that I could say around the Caribbean. I'm traveling the Caribbean. I'm traveling Europe. The only difference is the professionalism that they're committed to this team every day. All I'm asking is to give these kids a chance to showcase their talent. Come out and support them 100%. And I can guarantee you, with that support, they will give you 100% of commitment and possibly some good results.
Okay, thank you.